Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Pages, Pictures, and Panels. I'm your host, Tildy M, with my co-host, Roach Boy Red.
What's up, guys?
And today we're going to be getting into some Doctor Strange. You know we love to talk about him. We're also going to be getting into some Thor 4 news and everything coming out of the Disney investors meeting. It's a juicy episode, so strap on your seatbelt and get ready for the ride. Red, take the reins.
All right. I've been so hyped to talk about Doctor Strange. There's been so much different content. I guess I'm going to start it off with a big spoiler warning just in case anything from these leaks rumors happens to be true and you don't want the movie ruined. Get out now. But so we got I guess we should start this off by saying there's scene in the trailer where Doctor Strange goes and talks to Wanda in the orchard.
Yeah.
I'm almost ashamed that I just realized that scene is the same scene as the iconic "That Doesn't Seem Fair" scene, where she's in her Scarlet Witch outfit.
Yeah.
I noticed there's decayed trees and stuff around them. Doctor Strange is in the same outfit he was at her orchard, which means shit's about to hit the fan really fast in that movie. We probably got 10 minutes of downtime before things start to pop off, and that's exciting as hell. But
Either that, like it's an illusion. Like maybe that's what I thought, because I noticed that too. But I was like, maybe they like revisit that in the third act, and like it all was an illusion to begin with, type deal. You know what I mean?
I could see that actually. That wouldn't be bad for me. Either way, it's going to be insane. But also apparently the movie's going to start off with Defender Strange and America Chavez looking for the Darkhold. Well, not named the Darkhold, but they're going to be looking for a spell book, blah blah, to help them deal with all the shit that they're dealing with, including like that ribbon demon and shit in the beginning of the trailer.
Right.
And that's apparently when Doctor Strange will wake up, realizing that Defender Strange died, and he that's his nightmare from the beginning of the trailer.
So my question is Defender Strange from America's universe?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm not sure at all.
I was under the impression that there might not be a Strange in her universe. Maybe she just found him through punching through different universes, and I don't know, but like that raises a lot of good questions and stuff like that. I really can't wait to get to this movie, but continue, partner.
And based on our next topic, actually, it becomes apparent there is way more Stranges than we saw in the initial trailer than we thought. So we got some recent Funko Pop spoilers. Everybody knows I'm a fan of Funko Pops. But we got some from Multiverse of Madness. I'll throw them up on the screen over here right now. And it shows not only some new characters, but some new versions of Doctor Strange himself.
Yeah.
We have, excuse me. We have the normal Strange. We have a weird chase to that's like a trippy illusion looking sequence. He has like eyes all over him as a paint job and whatnot. But then we have Defender Strange. It's really our first good look at the entire suit. But the important Doctor Strange variant that's in that pop set is his name is, I believe, Supreme Strange, not to be confused with Strange Supreme from What If. But
right.
He doesn't have a goatee. He has like a blue and silver costume. And it kind of seems like based on the name alone, it's going to be the most powerful Strange we've seen. And based on the trailer we've got and stuff, it looks like that's the statue of Doctor Strange that our Doctor Strange interacted with in the trailer. And that raises a lot of questions. We're still getting Doctor Strange variants that we didn't know were going to be in the movie. So, what other Doctor Stranges are there? So, like, that's why I wanted to kind of go into this topic off of your America Chavez point, because like there might not be a Strange in her universe, but holy hell, we've seen what 4 or 5 different Stevens right now. So I mean, anything's possible in that regard. But along with all the different Doctor Strange variants we have as Funkos, they also revealed Rintra, the Minotaur. He's actually used by name in the Funko line, so that's pretty cool. And I've heard that he has more than just a non-speaking role in the movie and stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if he actually does become a relevant character into the Doctor Strange franchise as a whole. Uh,
Yeah.
we got a new Wong, which it raised a point to me. We have multiple Wandas, we have multiple Stranges. Uh, why we have not thought about the fact that we could have multiple Wongs.
This is very true. About to say every Strange probably has his one.
Yeah, and like I would almost kill for a conversation between two Wongs from two different universes. That sounds like one of the most organic comedy relief moments in the MCU.
For sure. For
Uh,
sure.
Other than that, we got Master Mordo confirmed by name again after the Marvel Legends did it the first time. So definitely seems to be a Mordo from another universe who's the Sorcerer Supreme, like our
Yeah.
early leaks from our probably our third episode of this show said, which also gave us the Monica Rambeau uh, leak and the Bruce Campbell Balder the Brave leak, like 6 months before any other outlet I saw brought that up. Uh,
Yeah.
so that's a pretty good confirmation, especially seeing him along with the Illuminati. That would be
Yeah.
why there would be no Strange in the Illuminati yet, because Master Mordo was. You don't really need two magic guys. You don't need two Sorcerer Supremes, and that's kind of cool that Strange isn't that guy for once. I know he's not Sorcerer Supreme in our universe technically because Wong is, but I mean, no way in hell is Wong going to be a better hero slash sorcerer slash character than Doctor Strange, no matter what position he holds. But
1 second. I'm so sorry. 1 second.
you're good. What up? What up?
Yo, so fucking what happened was my kid told his grandmother that I was picking him up after school, but I was picking him up after school from her house. He left the her house part out and she fucking went to Red Lion and didn't pick him up.
Well, shit.
Yeah, so that's where I'm literally. Can you see me still?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Yeah, she fucking big time. So that's where I'm heading over by now, but I'm gonna prop the phone. We can keep going.
Fuck. There we go. All right.
Still hear me?
Yeah. All right. But the most important Funko Pop that we got from this line is a character named Sarah, who we haven't seen in any of the trailers. We haven't seen in anything before, really. Uh, but most fan speculation is that it could be either two characters, one being Sarah Wolf, who is she really has little to no comic importance outside of being Doctor Strange's secretary, and at one point, her and Wong were star-crossed lovers in a storyline. Uh,
Right.
so they didn't even end up together and stuff. But the more likely option of those is Sarah Mordo, the mother of Baron Mordo, and uh, I definitely think this is a distinct possibility. And based on her character's most important storyline so far in the comics, it
Yeah.
was her being sacrificed by Mordo to Dormammu in exchange for an alliance. So I could definitely see that being the case. Maybe not Master Mordo that we've seen, but Baron Mordo that we've seen in the first Doctor Strange. We still don't know what's up with him. Or, I mean, for all we know, this Master Mordo could be him. Uh, who knows? But I felt like those were some actual like super surprising Funko Pops for them to drop, seeing as how like we barely even got any Spider-Man No Way Home pops to avoid spoilers, but they're like dropping character content and stuff in this, so that's pretty crazy. Uh,
Yeah.
but that was just a small talking point I feel in terms of the our Doctor Strange segment. Other than that, I wanted to talk about the fact that we've never discussed how the internet went crazy about the idea of casting Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that?
Well, Radcliffe, I'm pretty big on. You can hear me, correct?
Yep.
Radcliffe, I'm huge on anyway, just because I'm a Harry Potter stan, and it's just one of my favorite series of all time. I loved him in Imperium. Honestly, he has like a Midas touch for me. Even those fucking magician movies, and I'm terrified of magicians, but that's a whole nother podcast. But anyway, the magician movies, he fucking kicked ass in those. So to be honest with you, seeing him as Wolverine, aka Weapon X, aka Logan, aka Jimmy, man, I think it would be fucking amazing. I'm sure he has the prowess to like portray such a character and embody such a spirit in a malicious way too, more so than the human way that Hugh Jackman did it.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely think, based on some of the mock-up art we've seen of it, I think visually it could work. He's a super talented actor, and I would really hope that we would actually get like the aggressive just animal. Like I I'm ready for a kind of violent Wolverine. I think it would be interesting if he came in a solo film and they did do it like more hardcore and then tone him down when you get him into the X-Men to show that this guy did actually tone down. It's a really big point of growth for him throughout the comics over the years. And I think it'd be awesome to see him turn from the animal into the like kind of team leader most of the time in more recent iterations. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that briefly because well we haven't so far and it's weird to me and I figured you of all people I know your love for Harry Potter and such so I figured it would be a good piece for you definitely and uh I definitely think I think it can work.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that brings us to the real meat and potatoes of this Doctor Strange segment. We've been getting leaks and rumors of mid and post credit scenes, and at this point, a lot of different sources have been saying that this is the case. So, without further ado, I guess we can dive right into it. Uh, we have the mid credit scene. The scene opens with Doctor Strange sleeping and having a nightmare, in which he is training an apprentice. New York City is in ruins. Wong is dead, and Umar, the sister of Dormammu, is reigning hell. And we even get capture a glimpse of Kang the Conqueror. Uh, Following this nightmare sequence, he awakens with a third eye active on his forehead, and the voice of Clea, portrayed by Charlize Theron, is going to be telling him, "Help me." So, Clea is Clea is originally the protege to Doctor Strange, but eventually
Mhm.
they end up married, and she ends up his wife. And I think this would be really cool to expand on the magical side of the MCU because we've got a lot of coverage on like the governmental side. We have a lot of coverage on the cosmic side and more coming. Uh, and I think we're in an era now that the mystical MCU is what's hot. It's going to be what's hot for a while now. And I think characters like Clea would be a good way to capitalize on that. But
Yeah,
uh, it's also a money game. This is also a movie industry at the end of the day. And with one new magic user coming in, one magic user normally has to go out. That's the way it's always been. An Avenger comes in, an Avenger goes out. We got to keep it. We got to keep the numbers down to an extent, even though eventually everyone comes back for their big break, like the end game scene and whatnot. But
right.
so I think either Wong dies in this movie, or Wong like gets becomes some sort of outside presence outside of the sanctum. If Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme, if he does all this crazy shit that we're gonna hear is going on in this movie, he might not need the help of someone on Wong's level, not to slight the guy, but and maybe
That's
he could be the mystical representation within the Avengers. He was the one who was there with the conversation with Shang-Chi, and I think that partially has to do with the fact that he was Sorcerer Supreme at the time, but
yeah.
also Wong's a better team player than Doctor Strange is. He pretty much told Stark and Peter that he would sacrifice either of them if it meant protecting the Time Stone. Like, he is not a team guy. Uh,
Oh,
so I definitely think that this movie's probably going to mark the end of Wong to make way for a new second in command type character. And I'm okay with it. It better be done right. Everyone knows how much I love Wong and Benedict Wong, the actor. Uh, it, but it would. We know how we feel about the MCU, man. It's gonna be done right. So the other character who I mentioned in the mid-credit scene, besides Clea, Umar, is the sister of Dormammu. In the books, they're a race of people called the Faltine from a different dimension, and for their crimes against their race and their dimension, Dormammu and his sister were banished, eventually finding the dark dimension and conquering it. Blah 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 blah. But
hmm.
this would be it'd be kind of cool because Dormammu kind of got the one movie screw job that a lot of MCU villains get, where
Yeah,
he got beaten of one movie somehow while he's the god of a dimension, and then with this movie coming up, it's kind of weird that all these elder gods, these demons, these extra dimensional entities are like such a problem, but Dormammu was handled with such ease. It doesn't sit right, I feel, with a lot of Marvel fans, myself included. And I
Yeah.
feel like it was kind of done intentionally. I think it'd be amazing if he ended up being the villain of the third movie. Uh, and
I think having him back at all would be awesome, to be honest with you.
and I would love to see him in his material form with his actual body and stuff with the cool armor. Uh,
Yeah.
that would be just so cool. It kind of bothered me that he was just a face in the sky, but it was done significantly better than the Galactus cloud, so I definitely didn't complain. It was not bad. It just wasn't as Dormammu as I wanted it to be. But
Right.
so yeah, with her inclusion, uh, that that means a lot in terms of knowledge of the dark dimension. We barely got any in the first movie. It was all just about being scared of it. But
Right.
overall, that post credit scene, it's kind of a deep cut for most comics or for most non comic fans, and
Right.
it should be exciting to like bring new characters into the MCU. We definitely are in need of some new blood and a little bit of rejuvenation of some old blood. So to keep
Yeah.
Doctor Strange fresh, like we want these characters and their stories all to be, this should be in the right direction. But that brings us
I
to the real random and exciting post-credit scene. Uh, all right, so we have Deadpool, Cable, Domino, and Vanessa exploring the Illuminati facility, headquarters, whatever you want to call it. And while they're walking around, Deadpool's making jokes like he would. He makes jokes about a bunch of the dead bodies in the facility. One is a joke that is an Office reference, implying that John Krasinski is a part of that mix. Let's hope so. And the other one is he makes reference to this being the third time Professor Xavier has died in the movies. Uh, and
Oh,
yeah, so that's a bit of a confirmation that Xavier is going to die, which by that
fuck.
logic means most of the Illuminati are going to die, if not all. Uh, overall, that's a lot. Deadpool is technically stuck in the MCU. Then it's if this is correct, this is how I expected it to happen. We knew Deadpool was going to come in the mayhem, and then he wasn't going to have a way home, and that's all right with me. He brought any of or all the characters that are relevant to him and relevant to us as viewers. So cool. Deadpool can just resume in this universe. We can get some mutant action up in this piece, and he can just run with the Colossus of the MCU, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, now it's a double-edged sword for me because I love all things comic and I love all things MCU. I'm just not the biggest Deadpool fan. And like, who'd you say he's like walking around with? You said
Cable, Domino, and Vanessa.
Cable being fucking Brolin,
Yeah,
Domino the chick, and Vanessa his girl.
yeah.
So fuck, that's who we're getting from his universe, not the fucking funny best friend, not the cabbie,
I
not the
mean,
guys we actually.
Domino and Cable are so important to Deadpool. That's the X Force in the well, the staple members of the X Force. Wait, what's up?
But Vanessa,
Oh, yeah, she's a character called Copycat who can copy powers and stuff. Uh, yeah, but I'm at least hyped that Cable's coming along. It falls in line with our previous rumors that Josh Brolin was going to be returning to play two characters in the MCU.
yeah,
We predicted Cable and Thanos, and so far we're 1 for 2. Uh, so that's pretty cool. Uh, that that's really about it in terms of Doctor Strange. It's a lot of exciting stuff. It's a little bit more information, and a lot more hype and excitement for the movie. Uh, as like content creators, I guess you could call us at this point.
sure.
But it's definitely these types of leaks for post credit scenes and stuff are almost as exciting to find out if it's right, more so than even the fact that Deadpool might potentially be in the MCU. it's just exciting to see like how our thoughts and ideas come together and see how close we can get. I feel like most YouTubers and stuff agree with that, but yeah. So it's definitely this is the shit we love. This is the shit we're here for, and I'm sure with what 2 months until the movie, we'll get so much more of that. Hopefully more trailers and stuff. But that brings us to our next segment, Thor 4. We don't have too much on it, but I mean, I'm down to talk anything Thor, so I'll always use it as a topic on our episodes.
Yeah,
So Beta Ray Bill might be making an entrance into the MCU in this film. I wouldn't be surprised. The Thor Corps is a group of different Thors or different people embodying the powers of Thor, and I could see that making an appearance in this movie. Let's hope they don't bring in characters like Thunderstrike and stuff. That's '90s Thor. He wore a leather jacket and had a ponytail and shit. It was wild, a bit ridiculous. But
I can only.
some of the sources that have been saying that Zeus would be a part of the film, portrayed by Russell Crowe, which is now a confirmation. They're
Yeah,
starting to say that Beta Ray Bill is also going to be involved in the movie somehow. I wouldn't expect a big role, but he is the rightful owner of Stormbreaker. In the comics, that is his hammer crafted specifically for him by Odin because he was able to pick up Mjolnir. He was I might be wrong, but he may or may not have been the first person to pick up Mjolnir besides Thor slash Donald Blake. And that would be one amazing. I love Beta Ray. I know a lot of people don't, but he's pretty cool, that horse face son of a bitch. But it's also
yeah, no,
another sign that Thor is going to be dying in this movie. With Natalie Portman holding Mjolnir and Beta Ray Bill holding Stormbreaker, what hammer does that leave with Thor?
none.
Exactly. And he,
Yeah,
despite what Odin likes to say in Ragnarok, Thor is the god of hammers. Like, no one wants to see Thor just run around thunder punching people. We can see that anywhere. We see people punching all the time. The fact that he is using this mighty weapon, that, mind you, is part of Norse mythology, so why would you take it away from him? uh,
it's true.
yeah, it just doesn't fit. So I think this is definitely going to be the outing for Thor, whether he ascends to a higher level or dies. The higher level being our aforementioned Rune King Thor, where he absorbs the magical Nordic runes. Uh,
Hmm.
that would be cool with me. And with yesterday, the 9th, being the Disney investors meeting, there's
Yeah,
probably going to be new trailers of a bunch of different stuff coming up soon, and Thor could be part of that. It's coming up sooner than I thought. Honestly, it's not too far off, and that'd be cool. And on top of that, the Investors Day is also rumored to bring us the first trailer for Miss Marvel, the Kamala Khan series, which
yeah.
it's definitely going to be a hit. It's going to be a good adolescent coming of age story for a hero. It'll be like a female centric Spider-Man, honestly. And well, we all know how well Spider-Man does every time, even if it's
Every
dog
single.
shit. But and that's I guess going to be my subtle segue into our final segment of the episode, which is a bunch of rumored 2022 announcements potentially coming as a result of the Investors Day meeting. But Nova, we have been waiting for a long time for Nova. Uh, the Russo brothers have said that they wanted to include Nova in the destruction of Xandar for Infinity War, but I presume probably to avoid taking away from the character's introduction and the impact of the scene, they
Yeah,
I would imagine they would save that and then flash back to it at the start of the Nova film. And incredible. I would love it. I'm always down for Infinity War flashbacks, Infinity Saga flashback shit. And as long as it doesn't override the movie, like how Black Widow was an entire flashback that made no sense to even put out this late, uh, this should be done well. I think it would be cool if it's a Nova series. Potentially, the original Nova from the comics is Richard Rider, and it would be cool if maybe he did die in the destruction of Xandar, but they make Sam Alexander the second Nova. They make it like a my mentor died type thing. It would feel very like Shonen Jump anime almost. And
Yeah,
I I'd be for it. It would help also with you can bring him in. He's been teamed up with characters like Chavez and Kamala Khan a bunch in the comics on like the Champions, the New Warriors, Young Avengers, different stuff like that. Uh but yeah, that would be cool. And then also, did you hear about the R-rated Marvel content like update to Disney Plus?
yeah, it's like parental controls and stuff like that since they added the Netflix stuff.
Yep, yep. And that is going to open, I wouldn't say the floodgates, but it's going to open the doors to a lot more adult content.
Interesting.
Venom's a pretty gory franchise. Deadpool, the Netflix shows, and based on the titles we're going to be seeing in upcoming months, upcoming years, we're it's going to be taking a darker turn in the MCU. We're getting Blade. Moon Knight's coming this month. Werewolf by Night's coming for Halloween. Uh,
Yeah,
fucking Black Knight just got confirmed. Ghost Rider has to be coming, and then
yeah,
all of the characters returning from Netflix, hopefully, except Finn Jones. I'll always say it. Uh, but yeah, I definitely think one, the parental safe search is a good option for
yeah,
I always do like the idea that comics and comic movies are for kids. I know the MCU and stuff feels a lot for these comic fans that have always wanted to see these characters on screen, but no, comics are for children, and I believe that they should maintain a child-friendly environment. And putting a safe search on it is all you need. I don't mind that at all. Uh, it's readily available for me, so why should I push it?
I can agree
And
with that.
and it just opens up for more comic accurate representations of these characters on screen in the future. I do not want a Ghost Rider that is not heavily tied to the bowels of hell. but
Facts.
but yeah, so with that, I figure with the R-rated Marvel content coming, that opens up the doors for a lot of these titles. So I wanted to talk about them. It's obvious that now Deadpool 3 is all but a confirmed thing. Uh, I figured we can talk about some other series that might be some more adult themed content that would be coming up, or movies even. And I figured I'd kick it off. There's the obvious ones, Deadpool and Punisher, that we'd love to see make a comeback. Maybe even Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. But
Yeah,
really, I think Echo. I think Echo would be a great way to uh, kind of branch off at Hawkeye or using Hawkeye as that nexus point.
yeah,
Hawkeye, you can either continue to follow the heroes and go down the child friendly path, or you can choose to follow Echo after what happened to Kingpin, and you go down that dark path. And then Daredevil has to be included into that series. He was around for a lot of her different stories and a lot of her important runs that they've already started referencing. So
yeah.
that's about all but confirmed. I wouldn't even be surprised if that was the first time we see Matt in the suit. Uh, I know
Huh.
everyone says he's going to be in She-Hulk, but I almost guarantee it'll just be as Matt Murdock. Which, shit, with Charlie Cox behind that role, I'm almost just as okay with that as him as Daredevil.
Dude,
But
I'm satisfied in a non-speaking role. Shit, just because of the deprivation of Charlie Cox that we all went through for the last couple years.
that's for sure. And yeah, I definitely think Echo is probably that's the one that I really would think would probably be the best fit for an adult theme. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that one?
Um, actually, I've been thinking, man. Like, hopefully, we get a little bit more of the whole like Dark Avengers thing coming soon. Like, maybe when they bring back Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that can be a little bit more R-rated. And
Yeah.
not really R-rated, just a bit more like graphic. Like maybe we could have got more of when a U.S. agent was hitting that flag smasher with the shield. We can get a little bit more into that, or just things like that is more so what I'm looking forward to more than anything.
Yo,
But as far as the
that's
pick, maybe
incredible. I didn't even
yeah,
think about that. Oh man, that would be an exciting. Oh man. Yeah,
yeah, dude.
sorry, continue.
Oh no, you're good, dude. Or maybe like it even like evolves into like the movies. Maybe like the movies start having more of that stuff going on. Like maybe when we get Craven, it'll be a little bit more of a ravenous Craven than a kid-friendly Craven. We could actually get the Craven we deserve in Spider-Man. Or maybe the next time we see Venom, we can see some MCU characters cross into there, because again, it's such an open spectrum with the R rating thing being lifted. Like, I don't know, dude. It's optimistic for me. Like, opening up the bounds of who can appear where and what they can say. That's the key. What they can say, because you can bring a Deadpool in, but if you can't be Deadpool, then is it Deadpool?
Yeah,
You know?
that's for sure. It definitely it wouldn't fit at all. They PG'd a lot of the content in like the X movies and stuff with all these ravenous, bloodthirsty characters. And for the most part, it did not work. It did not go well. Even in the first Venom, when he was like biting the heads off of people and there was no blood, they definitely
Yeah.
made a good choice by making Let There Be Carnage, be an R-rated movie. But
Very,
other than that, I do want to give an honorable mention shout out to Blade Mahershala Ali. I think he would definitely be a better, like more emotionally tied, gritty Blade than Wesley Snipes. I think Wesley Snipes is an iconic Blade who shaped who that character is in the comics. But I think
yeah.
Mahershala Ali will be the first time we actually resonate on a personal level with Blade, and that'll be fantastic if we can get the actual grit that goes along with the compassionate story. Uh, and
That's because it was made in a time where comic book movies like didn't really have personality yet.
yeah, he pretty much had to just be action packed, and it like it. I mean, it killed for the time, so there's definitely no complaints there. Uh, but yeah, I definitely think that Ghost Rider would be a good one. I talked about it earlier in the episode, and Midnight Suns as a whole, honestly, they're all coming and they're all gritty and they're all violent and they're all dark, and this safe search option allows them to be what they're supposed to be. I'm excited for that. And
Yeah,
Marvel horror is definitely, I think, going to be like a big subdivision alongside like the mythical side, the cosmic side, and like the governmental side. It would make sense. It would be awesome, and well, it that'll do wonderful. People love horror.
absolutely, absolutely, and it opens up like them to do things. You know what else I think? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they could reboot the New Mutants. That same concept, like the horror type concept,
and
but on Disney Plus.
and do it right. Yeah, I would love it. There were parts of New Mutants that I loved. There were definitely more parts that I hated. Definitely not. Definitely, probably the worst X-Men movie. Uh,
Really,
yeah. Did you see it ever?
I saw parts of it.
Oh yeah, bro. It's for lack of a better term, dog shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. It was worse than Dark Phoenix.
In
But
at all?
what's up?
Does it tie into X-Men, any of the movies?
Oh, not really at all. They do a few name drops of like the Essex Foundation and stuff, but that is the extent of it.
Lame.
Yep. Uh, but who knows? Maybe we'll do a watch along sometime. Get us to 50 subscribers so we can do that with y'all live.
Please, you.
But to bleh, sorry, tongue tied. To
Oh,
close out
good.
our episode, our Doctor Strange shirt and our Batman shirt, Batman inspired shirt, Fractured Reality and Vengeance are still available in the Studio 5 Star Etsy page. Link is in the description below. Check them out on Instagram for more updates on their content, more updates on our content, and from time to time you get some pretty cool art on there. But where you can find most of the art done by me. You can go check me out on Instagram at Roach the Boy Wonder. You can check out that beautiful art. You can get updates on this channel, and you can hit me up for all your personal art commission needs. Uh, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified when we drop another episode. We definitely are on that road. We are close to our 50 subscriber mark, and we would love if you guys would come and join us as well. We would love to start doing live content with you guys, and well, this is the first step, so please and thank you ahead of time.
Please and please and please and thank you. And on that note, We have more pages and pictures and panels coming this week. Tight Talk on Turnbuckles, Roach Boy Red's Comic Corner, and we're going to also be reviewing some movies this week. So it's going to be a really busy week, man. Here we are at the end of it. The weekend, I should say, should be a really busy weekend, filming wise and dropping wise. So if you guys are locked in with us, we're locked in with you. And on that note, I am till the end with my co-host Roach Boy Red.
And you guys have a good rest of your day.
Peace.
All right.
We did it.